On this next tab, what we're covering off is your project cost detail. This is a worksheet. This isn't the published document, but it gives you a place to record all of the costs of your project. Place to record your initial franchise fees, what your rent and utility deposits might be, what your build-out cost might be, less any recovery from the landlord. Just make note that you don't get that money at the same time that you pay the money. You normally finish the project, pay your sub-trades, your contractor and their sub-trades, get lien releases signed, provide a package to the landlord, who then has 30 or perhaps even 60 days to get the money back to you. So you're really floating whatever this TI is for probably a few months after you open. And there's an estimate for the cost of cabinetry and millwork, and you can see we describe what these things are so you can be thinking it through as you sort out the price for yourself. We have massage equipment and supplies. This would be the tables for your rooms, as well as the initial opening order of massage supplies. We then have furniture and decor. We've broken it down again, giving you a nice long list for you to look at so you can think through all of these costs, again with placeholder values. We have computer equipment and setup costs, again all detailed. You can insert your appropriate values here. We have training, and the biggest variation on this typically is the number of people that you might send to training. Sometimes it's a couple of owners, sometimes they bring a manager, and of course you have the cost of flight, hotel, and meals that all add up to what we currently have in here of just shy of $3,000. We then have the initial marketing spend, which is your pre-opening spend. Signage for your studio. This could be more if you have multiple signs for your studio, or it could be less depending on the size and scope of your signage requirements in your shopping center. I've got a placeholder here for business licenses, insurance, which is the amount that you would pay for your insurance before you open your doors. And then we have miscellaneous opening costs. We've got a placeholder for recruitment manager salary if you choose to have one pre-opening. Startup costs for your linen, therapist pre-opening, front desk pre-opening, think training here. Professional fees if you have SBA fees, or you're paying a lawyer for some initial work. You may have done that during the sales process. Initial uniform inventory, and then all that adds up right up here. And then we have working capital, and working capital is really the result of your P&L. If we go back to the P&L, let's go to the base tab. You can see here the way this model is currently drawn up, that we have, well, it's 1 year until we get to here, so it's $73,000 worth of loss as projected. If this was my thing, I was working my way through it, then that's the number that I would put here to the nearest $1,000. That is the working capital you invest to get to break even. That's a financeable investment for an SBA transaction, and so you want to make sure you capture that cost. And I always recommend we put in a contingency here of about 5%. During the process of building out your location, there could be a surprise where you make a decision you weren't contemplating and it costs you an extra couple of bucks. This is a placeholder just to make sure that you don't get surprised. And ultimately then that leads to a total project cost.